probably not. I think it really depends on his lane and then what he can bring. So, ask me in 10 minutes and I'll be able to tell you if Weaver's going to do anything in this game or not.
All right, that feels like a cop-out, but let's get into it. We've got game number 1 of AVULUS versus Shopify Rebellion. Excited to get into this one, of course. PTP Patrick on the ops as well. Hey, Patrick. As, yeah, we're going to start this one off. Batrider mid, of course, we have seen this one a couple of times already. People have been going for the stoked facet as well. You might think that Arsonist is the one of choice. That does allow you to take towers pretty easily. Gives you a bit more right click, but no, people have been going for stoked. They like the speed and the amplification. Amaterasu, of course, the renamed Manjq player, so we'll be calling him Amaterasu just because it's his in-game name, but we will not be calling Tomato Yamato. That's not happening. Unless you really want to.
No, he's going to be called Tomato. But annoyingly, pro players who want to do this random rename thing, it's like they've built an entire legacy on a name. And then just for the fun of it, because Yatoru's changing his name, they change their name. And now we have this just awkward situation of, well, do we want to call you the new name and new players will now know you from this? Or the old players will be confused, It's like it's a real lose-lose situation with the renames.
Yeah, but cool and fun, and
it's like they've built an entire legacy on a name. And then just for the fun of it, because Yatoru's changing his name, they change their name. And now we have this just awkward situation of, well, do we want to call you the new name and new players will now know you from this? Or the old players will be confused, It's like it's a real lose-lose situation with the renames.
Yeah, but cool and fun and interesting.
True.
Wonder what big life event would have to happen to make you go you know what, I'm going to change my name. Probably nothing good.
I mean, to be fair, when you're back in the day when you were losing some MMR, it's like, okay, what are things I can change to make me a better player, right? So you change your mouse, your cursor size in Steam settings. You change your HUD. You go from a Christmas one, Frostivus, to a Halloween one. There's some random pointless things you can do, and Scam dying is also pretty rough.
That's going to be your first blood going to Eki here. The Dawnbreaker Shadow Shaman combination too strong for Scam to deal with. It always just catch people off guard, honestly. The damage which Celestial Hammer can do with a couple of Ether Shocks.
We're just seeing it time and time again, where Phoenix does not do well with a carry that wants to have some protection, right? You just want to go super aggressive with Phoenix plus lanes, and now in top lane as well, we're seeing the...
Interesting. Immediately grabbing the Weaver, but they're just going super aggressively onto Eki, trying to bring down the Shaman. He's going to be able to, of course, get away with foul play here, but can they finish the job? Turning around with the Aether Shock. Foul play, too good, baby.
Oh, God. That is pretty rough. Not much to say there. They outplayed. A simple outplay. They tried to go aggressive, they tried to get their chance, and there it is. 2 kills already coming in from the AVULUS offlane duo. And this was kind of the point I was making before that happened, right? It's like, Phoenix wants to go aggressive, Weaver wants to go aggressive, but neither hero wants to be locked down, right? Because they don't help each other out. When a stun comes out, they look at each other and go, well, what do we do to the Shaman? There's nothing. And that is where I think Eki's positioning will be critical here, because he can outplay anyone in this lane if he identifies the correct time to use Shackle. And so far, so good. As it's about to hit 3 minutes, yeah, they're doing it extremely well.
Yeah, which is pretty huge as well, because if this Weaver doesn't have much of a game, then they might be feeling a little bit sad about their damage. One thing about the Mag is that, yeah, you jump in with the big combos, but you always want that hero who can go around and finish people off after you do jump in with the big RP and whatnot. Luckily you have Visage who does just absolutely crap out damage with Soul Assumption. So far down the bottom lane, they haven't really been able to put any pressure Smiling Knight, I've been watching a little bit. He has been playing a risky game with these attribute shifts. He's just judging how much damage Amaterasu is going to do with these soul assumptions, just keeping him slightly above that threshold. Like it can't be fun to be Snako in this situation. You're sweating the whole time, hoping that your carry player is good enough to make these judgment calls correctly.
Oh, top lane again. They're poking onto the Weaver.
Yeah, but the aggression coming back the other way this time around. But Jibe's going to be fine. Eki also just taking just a little bit of harass, really. Jibe, what you looking for here, buddy? I mean, he's got 3 sticks. It's not much, and Tomato might just be able to run him down. As Eki will be able to at least get the kill onto Skem, but Jibe will fall for this, so not the greatest trade of all time. Eki, does he have any? Yeah, does get Courier here with the help of the creeps. Yopaj, I have to say, has been doing pretty marvelously in the middle lane. I don't like the idea of playing this matchup whatsoever. Like, this looks terrible, but he's been doing good. Just juking in and out of the middle lane, making sure that these napalms never really catch him off guard. Of course, you've always got a skewer. It's Magnus, which is quite nice, where up on the top side once again. The aggression just does not stop here. Eki trying to get himself away, and will be able to do so. Tomato getting kind of low, but not low enough to actually die, so just again, trading and trading and trading. I'm trying to be efficient here, dropping items to pop that wand. Jibe, they're just constantly laying on the harass.
The top lane is just going to be that constant go, go, go. Like, keep the aggression, and the CS is reflecting it, right? Like, Dawnbreaker's just pressuring the Weaver. Weaver's now got 17 CS, having to like fight his way through the lane rather than farm. Compare that to bot lane. You know, Morphling, just absolute free. And that's why like the Visage pick, the question marks can technically already be presented a bit, where it's like, you don't shut down a Morphling in lane. It's the game that overwhelms the Morphling. And already all 3 lanes are going so well for AVULUS.
Yeah.
See if your opponent is going to be able to make some...
the Magnus here. Stormstormer trying to predict early with the flame break. Got him very deep as Eki is with him, but Stormstormer's going to be able to get up this last... Oh, he's not! The RP comes through, and now this is really awkward as Eki and Stormstorm are just in super deep. One's going to die, Eki as well, likely going to get roasted, toasted as Snako goes for a TP out. He's going to survive at least, but the lasso just not coming out there. An RP comes through instead, and now you're dead.
Yeah, just great positioning there from Hellscream, right? Like, he's mirroring the rotations made from AVULUS. He gets that stun off onto the Batrider, buying just enough time for the RP to come in, and yeah, we are going to see the replay here. And you know, Yopaj hit 6 as they went on him. They knew he had mana, so it was a bit of a bold attempt, but they just thought they had enough time. And I guess actually, was it the stun plus the Orb of Venom slow was just enough to step him, or did he just not click it? I don't know. I feel like that's a...
I mean, the range is
if I was
really,
watching that in Twitch chat,
tiny,
I'd be like, kick W, he didn't press it, but I kind of feel like he did. It just... Bounty did just enough to stop it.
Ooh,
that's our job as casters.
We can not going to be able to take it, though. Amaterasu grabs it. That was a little bit
double
of a
wisdom, though.
And Snako, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yopaj gets a steal.
Yep.
Well, that's big news.
This is pretty rough. We're just praising AVULUS in their lanes, and suddenly they lose 2 wisdoms and throw a couple kills mid.
Well, lanes are now kind of looking pretty good for Shopify Rebellion after that.
Kinda. The asterisk is just everything's stabilized, kinda, but the Morphling is fully uncontested. Like, Smiling Knight is going to...
British man worried about a puddle.
That is true, I am very worried about this puddle. He is... Gonna become a... I don't know. What's the upgrade of a puddle? A reservoir
lake?
or a lake?
I feel like I'm skipping some steps here.
Yeah, I feel
Maybe
like we're skipping a lot of steps going from a puddle to a lake.
Yeah, we'll go puddle, pond, lake.
Yeah, oh, pond. That's tasteful.
Stormstormer going in for the Visage here. Might get stumped up by the Familiars, but paths himself to the side to make sure that doesn't happen. And Amaterasu will get burnt down in the end. Scam trying to come in and help out, but not a whole lot he can really do here. Just a bit of return fire coming out from him. Meanwhile, over towards the middle lane, Yopaj under the cover of invisibility, looking for Eki here and should be able to find him, dragging him right the way back across the river into no man's land. Although Jibe, he says, no, you cannot kill my support. And now with Stormstormer coming across as well, they're looking to fully fight this, but Tomato's in the neighborhood, still going on to the Batrider. And his team, despite coming down from the heavens to help him out, just immediately ditched him as well. So didn't want to go up onto the high ground to help out Stormstormer in that situation. They will be losing their mid. And Yopaj continuing to poke, continuing to prod, continuing to look for an opportunity here. RP is available if he wants to throw it down onto Jibe here, and you bet your ass he does. Damage coming through onto the Dawnbreaker. Dawnbreaker tries to turn around with the Starbreaker. Doesn't work, though. And he will be dying. And now Eki also in some trouble. As Tomato really want to keep chasing this here? No, he doesn't.
He was worried about the Shackle on the tower, so he did disengage there, but I'm loving the speed of play that Shopify are presenting, right? After how potentially disastrous the lanes were looking, the fact that they just sync up their heroes early enough to kind of cushion that blow, right? If they don't make these moves and they were losing the lanes, we're looking at AVULUS just scaling on all 3 cores, but they're just doing just enough to provide the kills to give themselves some life. And Batrider, after having a pretty good pressuring lane, non-existent. And both Bat and Shaman are kind of identical heroes. If they don't get early presence in the game, they will just be food for Bounty to track up and enable his team to get the free gold.
Now Stormstormer once again trying to go a bit deep, but doesn't connect on the play. Not going to get punished this time around, though. But what I wanted to ask is, with this, if this keeps playing out like this, AVULUS can't really convert on their ganks, and Shopify keep on advancing the map and getting these kills. Is Smiling Knight going to feel pressured to get involved?
I don't think so. I feel like Smiling Knight right now is going, hey, their offlane Visage is pretty much playing like a 4, right? Like the Visage is ganked mid, he's roaming, he's now smoking to top. Like he's doing everything but farm. Which means that any mistake from Shopify will catapult Morphling to being unkillable, right? I think for him it's like, alright, just hope my team survives long enough. If there's an obvious TP, he'll make it, but he's not going to be, joining a smoke.
Deep play onto Eki here. Eki immediately turning around with a self-hex to get himself out of there, but still on the tower, getting low. Oh, the hex! It's not there, and the sun comes down, but it doesn't matter. They've got the damage to take down the sun regardless. Now turn around and deal with Hellscream instead. Smiling Knight turning up to the fight and taking down 2. Well, I mean, he didn't feel pressure to get involved. When an opportunity like that presents itself, you are absolutely getting your socks on and getting up to the top lane.
Perfectly described it. I don't know. Like, if Shopify had to make a move, they kind of need their Magnus there, right? Like this, the grab, the control, but they're starting with a bounty hunter onto a shaman who has foul play, so he's just going to be able to post stun, just hex himself up, make it clunky. Then your Visage is in a low ground position. Everyone's clumped up down here. Look at the minimap right now. Magnus is only now entering the triangle.
Yeah.
There's a tier 1 and tier 2 tower alive, so it's not as if there's no teleport options available. It's like, if you were to label...
If you click on the Magnus, you'll see exactly why the Magnus we're looking to get involved in that. He's
to Blink
about
Dagger,
100 gold off his Blink at the moment, so it would have been about 500, 600 off his Blink when that fight was taking place. So yeah, absolutely, you don't want to go and dive into the enemy tier 2.
That very much felt like a pub gank, Like they won't TP in a pub, but in a pro game, they will TP, they will punish.
I think Bounty kind of has that effect on teams though sometimes, where you do want to just layer on that over aggression and try to force these kind of like, yeah, we only get a couple of kills, but they're track kills, so it's actually really good for us, even though we also died, You want to break down the game a bit with Bounty. But now he actually has the track. He didn't have the track in that last fight, which also made it a little awkward. But he has track. Immediately gets dusted up here. But we'll be safe. There's a lot of heroes nearby. Eki once again there with the Hex on his teammates try and help him out. But, well, he's actually going to be the one dead. The Weaver bugs were upon him. And Saneko also going to be found in the tree line here. But no cancel available. So he's going to get himself out. Saneko lives. Yopaj looking for an opportunity in the middle lane here. His team is making a lot of noise down to the bottom side. He wanted to see if anybody wanted to come forward and pressure this tier 1 at mid, but no, not to be the case. So Blink Dagger reveal is just going to have to be on a creep wave. And there's your ping, almost immediately.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay, ward's coming down to the bottom side. This should just be a kill onto the Visage. Certainly will be. Looking for more. Eskem trying to get away. Smiling Knight considering chasing, but doesn't really want to put himself in danger, especially with Yopaj being seen here. Or did they see him? I'm worried they didn't see him. Well, they're going to jump pretty deep here. And again, Yopaj just waiting. He is running out of teammates, kind of.
Is this where it all comes crumbling down, though, man? Does that top fight that we did not like now become the focal point of every move that AVULUS are able to make? Because the wind was taken from Shopify's sales, and
Yeah,
just looking at the
much.
net worth of Visage, he's like 500. Yeah, it's 500 gold above, or 600 gold, sorry, above the Shaman. Whew.
Like, I love a bit of aggression, but going under a tier 2 there was just so crazy. And you didn't have track and you didn't have blink on mag. Like, just wait 1 minute, literally 1 minute. You have track on Bounty Hunter and you have blink dagger on Magnus. And that play, I'm absolutely down for it. Dive tier 2s, fucking dive tier 3s. Get in the fountain. I don't care. Make something happen. But yeah, now you're really giving AVULUS quite a lot to work with. Especially Smiling Knight. He cleaned up from that fight, got a double kill. He's now been able to keep that aggression moving on to the next fights as well. So happy to just get involved.
They're smoked up again. Another multi-hero move from Shopify. It's 50 minutes into the game. They're making so many moves, and they're gonna hope to try and find the Visage.
And immediately just going onto the Magnus, they want to try and get this RP out of play, and that's exactly why they picked the Shaman. Just make sure he's locked down, make sure no RP is coming out, make sure he cannot get off that ulti, but Eki might pay the price for it here. He does have the Hex coming out, the Egg's down, but it gets destroyed by Smiling Knight, rolling in on the Morphling to take that one down. Amaterasu also losing his life as the Mako, and Smiling Knight just run him down. 4 points in impetus means you can absolutely shred this Visage. And overall, just a really, really good fight from the side of AVULUS. 2 cores taken on down here. They get the egg as well.
You can see the intentions for Shopify, right? Like, they want to smoke up, they want to try and find a Morphling, enter the triangle, but running through the river in the low ground, bumping into the high ground advantage of the Bat Rider, who then gets the mag jump. It's like the worst hero to get jumped first got jumped first. Like, you do not want your mag to be caught, and Stormer with his position against nighttime, high ground. There's free pickings for him.
You can absolutely see why Yopaj feels safe in that situation. He was literally surrounded by like 3 or 4 of his teammates. But yes, someone just like blinks into the middle of all of them, says, "Hello, I'm just gonna borrow your friend here." Takes him away and
beautiful play.
It's good, but it's
so
not
many
that
chickens. Oh, we didn't talk about it. The swarm, the hard counter. It will always reveal the real Shaman.
Yeah. One of the few things undispellable. That's why they picked the Weaver.
I am very excited though for the point in which we see just the tempo come in. But again, like the smoke breaks. They're all looking on the high ground. Yopaj doesn't instantly blink into high ground or back. Like the entire play is just a little bit clunky from Shopify. But to be fair, the last 2 plays from Shopify have been incredibly clunky. Right? It's like their forced aggression at the top tier 1, tier 2. Their smoke into a high ground area without the wards to enable that positioning, right? It's like 2 moves.
Yeah, I can definitely sympathize with that though, because you're walking up to the high, like put in their shoes, they don't see anything, they're smoking up to the high ground as 4 heroes. The heroes in front of you who are closer to the high ground, their smoke hasn't broken. So in theory, you're like, okay, there's no one up this high ground. Then all of a sudden, like, smokes break, you get like, ooh, okay. Yopaj playing around here.
Yeah, again, like you can analyze that and see it in multiple different ways, but it's just uncomfortable, because now we just get to see AVULUS control the entire game.
Yopaj dead again. Smiling Knight having fun with this as well. This is the most broken hero to get. Oh, that's a Weaver. That's a Weaver.
A Weaver.
How?
Yeah.
Okay, this is falling apart very, very quickly, friends.
Yeah.
That was like one of those like bug zappers which you just walk into and the bug just instantly zap dead. Goodness.
Poor old
All right,
Tomato.
Snake's just going to be thrown in the middle lane just to get rid of that tier 1 tower. Absolutely, why not?
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
He's now got Blink, which will even further complicate the fights for Weaver. And you asked about, like, will Weaver be able to go against the Morphling? Look at the net worth between the two heroes, right? 11,000 Morphling, 9,000 to the Weaver. But there is no comparison to make in the 1v1 matchup, because Weaver's entire item progression are cheap items. A Dragon Lance, a Falcon Blade, a Maelstrom, like, all little components to try and take skirmishes. We're yet to see the Gleipnir. He needs a Lincolns, he wants a BKB, you know, maybe even a Skadi. There's so many items he wants, a Daedalus. That is just not going to come into play. Compared to Morphling, it's like, he already has Manta, he has Vlad's. He's thinking about Butterfly down the line, but yeah, just the net worth of Weaver, it's kind of a little bit of a lie, as he can't even enter a fight, and they're going to RP onto the Batrider, yeah.
This seems like a relatively safe play.
Yeah,
And
get a track
they will be able
kill.
to kill him. They get the track. Immediately ping that ward.
I mean, any kill is good kill right now for Shopify. They, in the 5v5, they don't really have the fight, so
Yeah, no,
Try
10
and play the
seconds
wider
off a Solar
map, yeah.
Guardian there as well, so a little unfortunate for Mr. Stormer. He'll be deader. But they can get into the pit and get themselves an Aegis from this by the looks of it. Absolutely no contest going to be coming out here from Shopify Rebellion there, just in the wrong part of the map for that. But look at this, they are really looking to set up shop in the enemy jungle. They've placed down 4 observer wards in this area, a bunch of sentries. Shopify Rebellion, this is where they want to be. Of course, the daytime vision from the Dawnbreaker will reveal everything. Thank you, Mr. Mapman. $20 in, 5k gold advantage for AVULUS. Shopify Rebellion still showing some signs of life, but showing no signs of slowing down Smiling Knight. This is looking to be the Morphling show. AVULUS really, really want to just stamp their ticket to the upper bracket here. That is what's at stake for them.
1 game win will secure them at least a tiebreaker for upper bracket. 2 game wins will mean they get their own upper bracket position without tiebreakers.
Or
All to
one
play
game win
for.
and then they can go and check the Spirit series. And
Yeah, that's what I
if,
said. Yep, I just said that.
No, I know, but
I mean,
in
yeah,
between
so you
games they can go and quickly
mean. The
check the Spirit
mid-game
series.
check? Oh, God.
Yeah.
That sounds awful.
That's a mentally healthy thing to do.
That's mid-tournament. My team's just loading up Wikipedia. Like, oh damn, we can pick techies now, man. They lost.
You go into the next draft thinking that Spirit are going to lose because they're like really far behind. You're like, oh no, it's fine. We can do whatever.
yeah, exactly. The Visage is about to get overtaken by the Enchantress. Just gonna put that as a quick refresher for the audio listeners. 7,000 net
That's a fun
worth.
time.
Pretty much on both the 2 heroes. Alright. Smoke number 3, please. See if Shopify can find anything. There's no one home. Of course, if Jibe steps up to be greedy, then he will be dying here, but very nice positioning. Oof, Eki with the bold TP.
Yeah, you know, Jibby got him. If anyone got me, Jibby got me. Yeah, they can kind of just keep safely playing this map.
Oh, I thought of a... I realized that Eki's name, you can technically spell it as like EK and then like 2 capital E's, like Eternal Envy. Because you know how like Envy had the 50/50s?
Yep.
That's kind of like Eki can like kind of take his brand and go, you know what, you're not in the scene anymore. I will create the clips for you from my position 4 play. Like, again, it's early days. I'm just thinking about the brand game for you, Eki, but
Always important.
very
Dota
important.
players to consider, man. Lasso coming out on the bottom lane, immediately followed up by the jump from Smiling Knight, and in comes Jebe as well, crashing down onto poor old Tomato's head. He is now a crushed tomato, a puree, if you will. Amaterasu TPing out on the tree lines there. Not going to join his teammate in death. Does get out, but his birds, well, they will be cleaned up or resummoned at the very least.
Yeah, this is kind of like everything Shopify's draft was built around was try to win lanes and never give up the pace. That kind of ended at minute 11.
Yeah. And through their own faults as well, you know, just one really bad play and all of a sudden things going back the other way. It's like AVULUS didn't make mistakes during the early game as well. Like, they had their own kind of guffaw under a tier 2 tower in the middle lane.
It just wasn't as game losing though, right?
No,
Like a Batrider making an
not.
aggressive play, it's like, well, Batrider, you tried to do your thing, right? But like the Shopify plays were very much the strategy of the team, and if they go wrong, there's no protection. I guess technically you could argue Shopify's high ground will be formidable, right? The whole idea of like Mag dragging back a hero into then like egg stuns and Weaver damage, like again, it's possible that the comeback is in play, but it really is going to be AVULUS overplaying their current position. Or maybe Yopash finding a good pick.
Toss reveal coming out onto Eki, but Jibe is there with the ultimate coming on down, keeping Eki alive. They're just going to turn it around and block the Magnus instead. Eki almost escapes, does go down in the end, but they get two massive kills as payment. And a tip coming out from Eki onto the Mag as well. Says, thank you very much, as Amaterasu trying to survive through this one. He's got the shard, so he's going to make them wait for it, but they will not be waiting long. Soon, this Visage is going to go down, and it is 3 cores taken out on the side of Shopify Rebellion. At least the supports live.
The silver lining.
The rare occasion where all the cores and no supports die in a fight.
And Morphling continues to, get all the gold, top of the net worth, and I think it's one of those examples of not playing against Shaman, right? Like, how often do you really play against Shadow Shaman in pubs, in pro play? You know, Magnus, he's jumping onto the support thinking it's a free kill. He gets hexed up, even when he's about to die with the cluster clock as well, that extra little bit of survivability. He gets punished, right? And his team also weren't really ready to capitalize on the jump of the Shaman. It was a very forced go for Shopify, but
it could have been quicker. Like, you're playing into this Dawnbreaker as well, so you got to be ready that, like, you buy this Ag's Blink on the Magnus. Okay, sure, great, but oh, and here we go again. All right, exact same play as before, except this time it is AVULUS taking the fight, and they're just going to block Yopash for a second time around. Silence out on time Teresto. Smine Knight and Jibe leading the charge. However, the Gleipnir is out from the Weaver. With the egg coming down as well, this might just be Jibe and Shineko dead. It is, yes. Gem doing the damage, taking both out. Stormstorm will be able to kill off that egg at the very least with the help of the Smiling Knight. And now they'll both just have to back themselves away. Smiling Knight still has a lot of strength to work with here and can actually just go in and just blow up Hellscream instead. I mean, it's just so free for Smiling Knight at this point. It really, really is.
yeah, this is
Casually killing a tower on the side.
One of the freest and easiest Morphling games of his life. He's going to pad the snap pretty hard in this game.
They haven't dealt with the puddle. They should have thrown a sponge in it back when he was just a puddle instead. Then he got to a pond. They should have drained it. They didn't. Now he's a lake. And pretty soon he's going to be an ocean. You can't drain an ocean, T-Gov.
I mean, well, technically.
You can't. Where's it going to go? Where's the water going to go?
Alright, so if the sun gets really close to Earth, you drain it through it, just,
You evaporate the ocean?
You evaporate it, yeah.
Is evaporation draining?
Well,
I would say draining.
I'm just leaning on the act of the water.
Okay, yeah, I guess
if you want to take draining literally, then alright, fine. But if I'm trying to bend this logic to at least get an answer, then mate, it's like 4 in the morning. Alright, leave me alone.
Fireball heading up the top lane, but they're about to have their base entered from the bottom lane, so this might not be a very long-lasting adventure onto the map. Expedition.
falls very quickly.
The snakes are out. The puddle's going hard. The barracks is starting to fall.
Radiant's top tower.
I want to know, as a Shadow Shaman player, what did you think of the placement of these wards here?
Quite nice.
We're going to grab
Quite
some
clean.
echo.
I can draw
You
the
don't
map
mind
too.
that the
Oh,
back
that's kind
ones
of
couldn't
grief.
reach the barracks?
Oh, look at the invisible birds. So much vision.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did he sell anything for this
Alright,
items, or was this
hold
literally
up a
just
second,
like
Nomad.
null
Let's get
ads?
that focus and intensity. This is the smoke of
Alright.
Shopify's game. Can they get the big pick? They are desperate
Alright.
for something.
Okay. Oh, they found the big pick. Eki, he's gone. He's dead. Yeah, it's not much, but it's honest work. Hey, track kills. Yeah.
It's 1,000 gold. Let's not scoff at that. Come on. That's,
Is under attack.
you know, they're only 15,000 gold behind, but, you know,
Is under attack.
do that 15 more times, we got a game on our hands.
Are fortified.
Smile just needs to keep killing supports with track on them. That's it.
Oh!
Back in the game.
Here it
Hey,
is.
he's gonna keep doing it. Come on, give it to Tomato as well. There you go. Yep, job's good.
All right,
Oh,
how much
I'll
gold was
scream
that
with
one?
it, but whatever.
That was
It's
another
another kill.
1,000. Yeah, it's another 1,000, right? Oh,
Yep, you can see it in the
Yeah.
net worth as well.
yep. Oh, it's back.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, this one nearly 2,000.
Tower is under attack.
All right, is the next one gonna be 3,000? Are they gonna
Exponentially
get a call?
increasing.
Yes. I mean, all of this is happening
mean,
because, you know, Morphling's just off by himself, just farming up. Like, if you don't
Yeah.
look at the Morphling, he doesn't exist, right?
And to be fair, Shopify are close to some pretty greedy items. I was kind of wondering about their choices in terms of item progression and what they're going for next. But hey, if they keep finding these track kills, then it will get them there. Mining Knight has been seen. RP coming down. The Strength Wolf is going to be there along with Shibe as well. And the Batrider's on the scene. So absolutely not happening this Morphling gank. And instead, it is Yopaj and Tomato dead. Amaterasu also just going to have to shard himself up. But will be following his teammates to the grave here, most likely. So you just can't drop the Morphling at this point in the game. I don't know. Like, they were too ready for that AVULUS there. That wasn't exactly a Morphling caught on his own. And with Shibe, he will never be on his own. But, yeah.
Unfortunately, one of the more predictable games. You know, as soon as the draft ended, it really felt like you know, the script was written, and AVULUS, they kind of followed it quite nicely, right? They identified key windows, they punished the forced aggression of Shopify. And I think that's the key thing. I think Shopify is playing with such forced aggression, but the execution is just not matching the idea, right? And it's just hurting them immensely.
Oh, wow. Smile no one's end.
Sure. He's got Aegis, why not?
You know, they can't seem to kill him once, never mind twice, so... They won't have the snakes for the real base, though, the ancient. Yeah, they're even fortifying for this one as well, so... Not sure. Snakes? 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 Attack that! Snakes! Snakes! Oh no. Oh no. The melee barracks stay alive. Unless they
I
wanted
can
to
already
keep
see
it
it now.
alive.
AVULUS get eliminated. Thank you, Eki, for
Yeah.
playing with us. Your snake
This
usage
melee
was the
barracks
deciding factor, yeah.
regens. Yeah. You better be blinking up that high ground and just getting that last hit right now.
Stormstormer, he's looking. He's Firefly, he's ready.
He's looking. He's always looking. There you go. Smiley Knight does what the snakes could not. We have a little grab from Eki here, but he is, of course, going to go on a journey into the enemy team here. And there, of course, Shibe comes in with the response there. And they're just going to take down Yopaj once again. And I'll go towards the Weaver. Weaver's dead as well. Scam's also been taken out. Smiling Knight just ripping through everybody at this point. It's a Morphling show. And the Morphling show has reached its conclusion. The Fat Lady has sung. And game number 1 will be going to AVULUS and Smiling Knight. Absolutely. Like, you know, this hero smacks head into this hero. Which hero does better? And that's not what Dota's about. Dota's
Exactly.
about map. Dota's about objectives. Dota's about taking over areas. And if you can get into a position on this Naga where you can flood the map with these illusions, where you can shove lanes, where you can be annoying. They can still deal with it, but I guess it stops them being able to move around the map as easily.
I feel like the point you're making is the start of AVULUS's success, right? It's going to be the idea of when waves are pushed, an initiating lineup of Shopify will always be lost when they try to hunt,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
They do have Thunder God's Wrath from Zeus to get the vision, but the
And they have very
speed in
good
which they
wave
can
push
play
as well,
is...
to be clear, so it's not like they're going to struggle to deal with it, but they do have to be there to deal with it, so...
Yeah, I mean, the layering there, the point I was making was like, Shaman and Batrider will utilize this perfectly to then have Dawnbreaker. It's like, even if you are having an average Naga game, the rest of your team, if they do well, will thrive.
You
in
make
the
space.
kickoff. Yeah. Again, we'll see if it works out. It's so rare. You know what, I'm going to check when Smiling Knight last played Naga Siren. That's at least the start of the reference points we can make here.
Indeed. Yes.
You want to make a prediction? The last time he played it, you think?
I will go with August. Bounty runes. Gonna go for 2 for 2. Snake.
Alright,
take
you
a
know
decent
what?
amount of damage from the Doom.
In fairness, he's played it more than average. He did play it 2 months ago.
Okay.
He beat Beast Coast at PGL Valahia, and they beat Wasker in a online, like RES online tournament.
Okay.
And then he played it
Something.
again 4 months ago, right? But it's like, he's played it more than most, to be, and it's always going to be the same build, like I mentioned, right? It's like the Manta, the Bloodthorn, like maybe a Silver Edge, maybe a Heart, maybe a Butterfly, but it is still going to be the classic Naga Siren carry of get the 2 items and try and keep picking off.
It's a lot of illusions up here.
There's a painful amount of
Jesus.
illusions. So
Just getting
loud.
picked apart. Yeah, it is. I mean, look at Elscream. We've lost so much health from this, but Snakeo, not looking particularly great either. Yeah, mirror image plus disruption. It's the illusion lane right here. That's going to be something going to deal with it. Stormstormer taking hits in the middle lane against Yopaj. 2 of these trying to trade up here. This is the problem about the Zeus Batrider matchup, though, is that I feel like it's really good for the Zeus. You've got Heavenly Jump to get away from the Batrider if he ever does try to go aggressive on you, and you're constantly just being pumped up on mana from that magic stick as well. Same thing can be said for Stormstormer, but also you don't really have mana issues, particularly on Batrider anyway. And he hasn't even bothered for a stick, so kind of just highlights that even more so.
That's a good Zeus lane. I'm intrigued to know which build he'll go for. I think like Kaya Ags at least is one of the more popular builds right now on Zeus. There was an era of like going for like phylactery and pressuring. Seneka will be now in top.
Yep.
I think the Axe will be good, and like throwing that Nimbus down onto a Shaman who's shackling, like the Shaman will never be able to set up like he did
aggressive
in the
from
last game.
Yopaj here, jumping under tower against Stormstormer and taking a ton of hits in response to that as well. Not sure what that was about. Thought he could finish the job, I guess, but Stormstorm was a little bit too quick to back himself away. Yeah, the full heavenly jump under tower against Stormstorm there. Quite something. Alright, how's our bottom lane looking? We got Tomato just going for the skewer back, then throwing Jibbe into an awkward position. Eki trying to help out here using the Hex, the Cluster Cluck, to get Jibbe out of danger, and it is successful in doing so. Even looking for opportunities to harass with Ether Shock without shoving the wave as well. It's going to be very difficult against these melee heroes who are just kind of sticking in the lane the whole time.
Top is always so pushed up, actually. It's that's another reason why you don't see Naga Siren. You do not ever kill in lane. Like, if you were to ask me like what's one of the weakest lanes available, it is going to be like an SD and a Naga, right? Like you spawn illusions and then you just look at your opponent and just run away. Doom, I'd like to think we'll be able to eventually capitalize on this and slowly start climbing up in the net worth. course, levels.
Is it a
And
weak clean or is it just an underwhelming lane?
it's a,
Yeah,
it's
just
both.
gonna farm and do its thing. Well, Snakeo's dead, so not much
That
you
is
can
going to
do
be
about
the potential issue of this flex from the Naga, right? Where it's like, if the game feels good with like map play and Orchid, the issue is unless you find a way to shut down Doom with free farm with Midas and Shivas and maybe even like an Ags and BKB, will be able to just always sit on top of this Naga and stop her from feeling good in the fights, right? And the hero that you're trading free farm for free farm with is your potential counter in the late game as well. That's something to keep note of, but yeah. As already mentioned, Zeus doing extremely low in the mid lane, 24 CS, 3 denies. And as soon as he hits 6, he will be calling for his team to set up more plays on the side of the map in the hope to further his game.
Yeah, give me that Thunder God's kill. Eons. That's what I say down the mic. So we have a rotation coming up to the top side here. Stormstormer TPing across, looking for Amaterasu, but it's going to be a tricky gank, especially with this excellently placed cooling coming down. Not sure it's going to matter though. Stormstorm are going to be able to... the disruption's used, which means he can TP out, but doesn't matter. The poisons are way too high. Amaterasu will be dropping, and a tip comes out from Snako as well. Zibe gets brought down to the bottom side, and it looks like Eki's in a similar amount of difficulty as well. The cluster clock not going to help him out here. It's going to be Tomato getting the double kill down in the bottom side.
If they didn't die bottom, then it's like AVULUS are going to feel pretty good with that, right? Like they make the move top, but yeah, unfortunately for them, whilst the aggression's happening top, no rotations can be made to bottom, and Shopify are able to punish. Doom, though, not having the best game, though. I kind of thought that he would have a pretty decent time, but yeah. He is struggling just a little bit.
Certainly so. 19-0, not the greatest, but other than that, things going very, very well for Shopify Rebellion in the lanes. Middle and bottom looking pretty heavily favored in their direction. Tomato with that kill going to get his power treads fully completed, coming out to him at this 5-minute 40 mark. Be really nice. His damage is going to be off the charts as Eki got to stay away as Skem wrapping in from behind. Nice usage there off the shockwave just to grab them both, and now Jibe just has to run. You can't trade into this Magnus. Tomato is just too damn strong down here. There's another stun available. A little skewer across as well, but maybe they'll be able to hold him back. Eki getting low, will be killed off. The cleave is there. Tomato doesn't even have to think about it, just cleaves through them all and kills all them chickens.
It's kind of a bit of a killjoy, right? Having cleave against a shaman. Like, come on, man, let him have his fun with his innate. Doom.
Absolutely not. Yeah, he's
Jesus.
big poisons on him, but not enough to kill him off, really.
I mean, he is left alone. Like, one death in this top lane has given just insane levels for SD. And with the deluge spam, like, if Doom drops a kill in this lane, then it gets kind of difficult. If they go even, it's perfectly fine. So the slight blunders of Doom in laning phase has hurt his ability to kind of be independent up here.
Radiant
Yeah.
scanning.
Interesting with the speed ore as well, but I kind of like it.
Radiant's courier.
Any way they can really do damage to you is by harassing. Oh, Scam! Jumping in, just about grabbing that Wisdom Rune, but Jibe went for this his own one as well as the lasso coming out onto the Doom. Doom's going to fall. The Stormstormer will die in response as well, and Yopaj going to be able to clean up Smiling Knight. Snako also looking at a similar amount of difficulty with Hellscream coming across. They'll be able to kill them all. 3 heroes killed off deep onto the enemy side of the map. They almost got the double Wisdom Rune, but Skem comes in just in time, and then you've just got 3 heroes for the taking. Sure, they get the kill on Amaterasu, but not worthwhile at all.
I mean, one thing we're learning from Shopify is they aren't afraid to TP in many heroes to an engagement, right? Like, Skem starts with the Wisdom Rune still, Doom's already here, then you get the Zeus that has appeared, eventually the Magnus comes in as well. Like, they make sure that they bring the numbers to punish AVULUS.
Yeah, you go fishing against this Shopify Rebellion team, and they're just going to eat the whole rod, you know? So, down to the bottom lane. Oh, up here, it's going to come out here onto 2 of the disruptions. They're available. Eki looking very low on this as well, though. Going to be able to get off a bit of damage back towards Tomato, and they will be able to finish him off, though. So, AVULUS not afraid to get down and dirty with it. They're happy just to keep on rotating heroes of their own, but there's that Thunder God's Wrath. And Eki can bring down Eki in the Yopaj
can bring down
Eki.
Eki.
in the
Uh-oh.
end. In a way, yeah. Yeah.
Bloodstone's back in the game.
Arcane Rune from Yopaj there as well, so his Thunder God's
Oh, it's got
Wrath is on
Bloodstone.
no cooldown at all. That's pretty sick.
Oh, Zeus is just yoinking the stacks.
Yep. This is
Yep.
not ideal. There's more to come as well, and Yopaj is just sniffing them all out. Damn,
Hey,
what a
okay.
game from Yopaj so far.
And he's going to still potentially go for the phylactery. Of course, I think phylactery as early as possible is devastating, right? The bonus damage that you have,
Under attack.
it just overwhelms your opponent. Of course, he's not a Kanda buyer, so it doesn't really matter with the Kanda nerfs. And yeah, I think the way that Yopaj is playing right now, like if he can continue this, then it will just be devastating. But AVULUS' Eki tries to face check the entirety of Shopify, it feels like.
That's my boy. Be a little bit careful. This Zeus is not mess around.
Also, I think if Doom's able to kind of recover his game a little bit, again, third in net worth, like his game's not atrocious. I just feel like it could be slightly better. Sorry, excuse me. He easily can go for like the Amar build, where he goes for the Alpha Wolf crit from the from neutral creep. Get like SMY, BKB, Butterfly. Like, he could just become a big right-clicking core as well. Like we didn't really talk about that one, but he's getting poked a little bit in mid lane.
He certainly is.
Hellscream
Yeah.
is here on the water.
A little awkward though, due to the river there. And struggling to finish him off, so they'll have to commit the lasso for it. But Scam will go down. AVULUS now just looking to back themselves away. But Amaterasu coming in from the side. Is he going to drop the Doom down? No, he's not. Chooses to spare Seneko. But they should find Eki instead here. Deadshot's going to land, although the foul play is going to get him out of there.
Zeus
Eki up, there it is. Thunder God's Wrath comes on down. And now it's just a miserable old time for poor old Eki.
It's just 2 in a row.
Yep.
Like he survives, his innate is like, yes, I'm doing it. And then your opponent is like, nah, sorry mate. No fun for you. But this feels like a very different Shopify than the previous game, right? Like, they're still making
Yeah.
the same aggressive moves. They're still collapsing the map maybe a little bit quicker than other teams at the moment in regards to like which heroes they TP around, but this time it's kind of balanced with the farm and the fight. It's a lot healthier.
Yeah, I mean, they did so well in the mid and bottom lane that it's kind of inevitable that you're going to feel much stronger with these aggressive moves. Much easier to play this
And
one the way
Batrider
they
has
want.
nothing. Literally nothing.
Dammy broke.
4,000 net worth. Yep.
Link Dagger on the horizon, but that horizon looking a little bit far. Let's see. I mean, AVULUS, you know, they did the same thing against Na'Vi. Game number 1 crushed them. Game number 2 looked very difficult, but they were able to come back in the end anyway, so we'll see. We'll watch, and we
they're on
will
to Yopaj.
monitor as they've actually found the Zeus here on the backline. Stormer and Jibe finding the absolute right target. Hellscream's going to go down as well as Seneko's sitting in his teammates' snakes, and they will high-five from that one as well. It's kind of funny. Smiling Knight up on the top side is going to be seen here by the Doom. Doom's got to, throw it on down here. And the Nagasiren doesn't really have a counterplay, I don't think. Might just be dead. Let's see. Duke around the trees, but the flames are still upon her. And, oh my goodness. Smiling Knight going to live. Almost considering going back in there for some reason, but does get himself out. It's going to live. And Eki just TPing across with the shackles to make sure he gets away with that one as well. Batrider. Skem is
Look at Skem's positioning.
yeah. He's doing a thing. Okay. Well, I mean, if it results in Storm death, then I guess value. They absolutely will. Amaterasu runs down another.
It's just so much poking from Shopify. Like, sure, if Doom got an extra right click off, but with the move speed of the Naga Siren, with the pig pole, with the Yasha, plenty of abilities to be able to disengage there, and yeah, it's relentless.
Yeah, 12 minutes in. So much action in this game already. We really haven't had a break. 11 and 8 on the score lines. Feels like everybody's had their game tested at some point already. So now we have the first big blink dagger of the game.
Tower is under attack.
think it's actually the oh my goodness. Tomato actually got his Blink Dagger before the Batrider did, and it's his second item. He's got Echo Saber Blink before the Batrider has Blink.
Just Blink, yeah. A very, very quiet game here for Stormstormer. Where will the Blink reveal connect? Who will he find? Oh, he found Batrider.
Okay. RP comes down, of course. Jibe is going to be there with that Solar Guardian coming on down and turning it around onto the Magnus. He's gone. See you later, Tomato. Nice Blink
Oh,
reveal.
the disrupt save.
The disruption to dodge the Thunder God's Wrath. That was so sick. Well, Yopaj still being able to fight this one. They can at least kill off Jibe, so they'll get one return kill. Smiling Knight on the run. Not a hero who can afford to die here, really, but has the Smear Image available, so Smiling Knight will get himself away. What a misplay from Tomato, though. Just not really remembering what happened last game, because it wasn't him playing it, right? It was Yopaj playing it last game, so...
Yeah. Jumps on in, grabs Batrider, but again, his team just isn't close enough because he's jumping in so early, and then that moment of lapse of judgment again, like Solar Guardian. You need your team to be closer if you are to jump. Then again, props to Seneko. He saw that the again, not for dying, but for the earlier play, he saw that the Cluster Cluck was expiring, and he was like, you know what, Yopaj is probably looking at the illusion, and when that fades, he will then press ult, right, because then it'll expire. So he just timed it beautifully.
Yeah,
and
that was really, really nice.
It was pretty cool.
Can't save him this time, though. A little far out on
I mean, the good thing for Shopify is there is like a carry missing for AVULUS, right? Like all of these moments where it's like there's no punishing factor. Even if they do get a kill, like see here, like they get this little skewer back, but then Solar Guardian, you kill Magnus because of the what's it called, the lasso. Sorry, it's like it doesn't really matter because they just go again after. But it was a beautiful disruption, like absolutely beautiful disruption. And then look at Smiling Knight. He's like, guys, I'm here. Oh wait, no, I'm not. Bye bye. Sorry, forgive me.
Yeah, and Zeus even giving a bit of chase to him there as well. He had to end up using the mirror image just to get out. Yeah, you would have liked to see Smiling Knight kind of farming through that, getting himself a bit of money, trying to become a factor this game, because at the moment he's just not really scary. He's super far behind anybody on the side of Shopify Rebellion, so... Seneko is going to die. Another play in the mid lane as well, as they're going on to Jibe here. I mean, you certainly can't Solar Guardian in. He's going to try it, but immediately gets stunned up. It's going to be a death for Jibe. Ulti used as well for some reason. And another... What? The Yopaj has killed Smiling Knight as well. AVULUS falling apart in this game too. This might be a quick one, Tigov.
Yeah, the combination of Mortar and Zeus is plenty of AoE damage to threaten a Naga Siren, and she's level 10, no song. It is a carry after all. I think the key thing will be Manto is complete now, Naga Siren. Can she maybe get an Orchid by minute 21, 22?
Stormstormer and Eki looking for a play here. They're gonna find
it's
Scam.
Only Scam though.
Trying to cluster cluck out of here on Eki, that is just simply not gonna happen.
Yeah, the waiting game, and it's just pick off after pick off after pick off.
And waiting for what?
I don't want to tell you the honest answer, but... Oh, Doom is such a farmed lad now as well. He's only a recipe away from Shivas. Alright, Tomato dying. Okay.
Alrighty.
Life to AVULUS.
Okay. They find something. I mean, that'll always be a possibility. You have Orchid, you have Lasso. They have enough damage between the two of them, clearly. That's part of like this Blink Dagger as well. It's like, obviously Blink Dagger on Magnus is always going to be like an S tier pickup, but this game it kind of didn't feel like it. Now we've got a Doom coming out on the top side, but Naga Siren should just be able to run herself out. Should. No, she's going to be close. She's cool. 170 HP. But yeah, the counterpoint to the blink is that absolutely no stats. 2,000 plus net worth being used for an item which doesn't give you any stats at all, so always going to feel a little bit bad in moments like that where you can't blink away, and even though you have so much net worth, you are still just killable. And look at these snakes from Eki at mid.
Yes, the farming wards.
The roadblock. That's interesting. And now we'll see Smiley Knight attempt to get set up down to the bottom side. Like, this is really where you want to be if you're playing Nagasara in the enemy jungle, flooding out this bottom lane. It's so scary in this kind of game. And there has been a little bit of like a ward battle taking place down here. And they've only just managed to get control of it.
Dude.
Didn't really have anything to... didn't even try to go for
Seneca's
the
very
whack-a-mole
active
win.
with the tips on Doom.
Yeah, he doesn't like him.
You know what? He's going to try and remind him. Every little mistake he makes, Seneca's there.
Doesn't like Amaterasu.
We're trying to create the new, like, Amar Drama 2.0 or something.
Absolutely.
Alright, I see. If we start, you know, manifesting it now, it'll come to light at some point.
Storyline. We're the
Very deep storyline, yeah.
we're the TMZ of the Dota world, you and me.
Oh, yes.
Oh, here we go. A little bit of a
Yeah, we're
play
not casting
taking
it, I'm flying
place
off to
onto
Bangkok.
Seneko.
Nope, right.
Disruption comes up, meaning Amaterasu will take the kill.
Tip him.
Yeah, let's see it. Coming back the other way. They are going to grab a Muerta here at the very least. So one return kill coming up, but Eki is definitely getting left behind here. Amaterasu already looking for the next target. Wants to grab Smiling Knight. Song is available if they really want to use it as Eki dies. But it does look like the Nagasara is just going to be able to leave. So support's dying. Trades being made. Jibe already out on the map. Smiling Knight already out on the map. Tom, we've got to be a little careful. Amaterasu tries to chase him down. Blink Dagger arriving now for Amaterasu as well. So he's got Blink and Shivas. You.
Dire's middle tower is under
In regards to items, right? Zeus got the Ags, of course. I mean, I feel like this is Shopify's time to really get that big pick and look towards Roshan. Like, you already have multiple forms of initiation. You have the survivability where your carry won't die to the Nagasara and Orchid reveal. Of course, Nagasara and Orchid is meant to be around 15 to 16 minutes. The fact that it's now 21 is a lot later. It's not going to be as impactful as Seneca.
This time with the Nimbus to
Doom.
back it up as well. This Nagasaran is
And Naga's
gone.
dead, yeah.
Thunder God's Wrath just to make sure. And Smiling Knight gets taken down. She's not able to come into this game.
Yeah. That will be my interview question, by the way, for Shopify. Were you expecting, in any way, shape, or form, a Naga carry?
All right, you can take that one.
It's a low-hanging fruit, but you know,
Someone's
it's
gonna ask it.
someone's gonna ask it, exactly. And
Dire's top tower.
any other questions? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna load up chat. We'll see if anyone has any questions in Twitch chat. Oh wait, I already know the answer to that. Yeah, might not be able to answer them.
Yeah, probably
I
not.
do want to keep my job, but
Tower is under attack.
Snako.
oh, and Seneca's dead.
Yep, gets claimed by the Lightning. Yopaj is going absolutely ham this game. What a performance. Although, Tamaya does get killed off here. There is always that pick-off potential.
Oh, and he's stunned. No stuns for Jibe.
No, looks like Eki's going to die here as well. Tries to turn around for something, but yeah, he knows he's dead. That's like ain't going to get you out of that one. Now, is it Roche time? I don't think so. Their lineup just doesn't really Roche super easily. Especially with Tomato dead, of course.
I am quickly just gonna check the Spirit series.
Yeah, it's becoming very important all of a sudden.
Oh, okay. Spoilers, but Spirit did win game 1, which
Yeah.
means
Radiant's top tower
if AVULUS lose this
Yes.
Dire's bottom
and
Spirit win their game.
then they tie break.
They do indeed.
6 and 4. Took me a second. I thought I would do the ad lib where we both, save parts of the tiebreaker together.
Yeah.
Thought that'd be fun.
Oh, sorry, man. I wasn't locked in.
No, I mean, you did it. It's fine. It was good. Yeah. So
I was locked
pretty
in.
much AVULUS
Great.
losing this game
is under attack.
means that they have to play another. I'm assuming it's a best of 3. Again, we got linked to the tiebreaker rules. I'll reread them in a minute, but
It's a best of 3 if it's between 2 teams, yeah.
it's a best of 3. Yeah, I should. Okay, cool. So
Jump in on 2 heroes immediately, though. Oh my god, just absolutely caught out here as Stormstormer and Eki completely eviscerated. Smiling Knight dead on the backlines as well as he gets RP'd and cooked up. And now look over towards Soneko. He is at least going to be able to survive that one, but Jibane just not there. I think he's still got his Aghanim Scepter coming out to him. Oh, it's actually a BKB. Okay.
Dire's
Man, that was rough. Jesus. I think I was socked.
ooh, I just realized that if you don't get eliminated from groups, you no matter what play in front of a crowd. I misread the bracket yesterday. That's pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
So it's only on the 12th of December, there are 2 best of 3s played, which are the upper bracket semi-finals. But then every other series is, so 13, 14, 15, the final 3 days are all in front of a crowd.
Damn. We're doing the 4 best
So
of 3s
for example,
a day.
like the likes of Shopify, yeah, they will, no matter what, be playing in front of a crowd. Which is kind of cool for again, there's a lot of, like, not even fresh faces, but there's like, at least 2 of them probably don't have any, crowd experience with like Hellscream and Amaterasu. Does Hellscream actually have any experience? He's had a long enough career, maybe. No, he's been on Namiga for like 3 years. He's been in Namiga jail,
Yep.
not Nigma jail. They're 2 very different things.
Very different.
Yeah, Kuroki did not
Radiant's bottom
help him out.
tower is under attack. Are scanning.
Marvelous. 17k gold behind in this game. What can they do? And again, their comeback potential is a Naga Siren, which doesn't fill me with hope or confidence. Leaves me with this empty void feeling instead.
Oh, do salt. They see them.
They do indeed, but Song's
Damn.
going to come out
Instantly
instantly TPing out. Smiling Knight, though, is going to get Nimbus.
Oh, the axe.
Oh, dear.
No. It's another counter to the Naga Siren. If it was a support, who cares? But that should carry.
This is such a bad Naga Siren game, I
It's
swear.
so bad.
Dude. We're even discovering more things which make it bad in the game as well. Oh dear.
I mean, it wasn't as if it was like wow, we saw it in the draft. This is an amazing carry game. Like, we already said, like, Doom good, Murta good, Zeus good, Mag good. It's like,
Yeah.
the only hero that you could argue is pretty bad against him is the Ogre. But then you could just Bloodlust the Magnus and then he's providing something. It was 2 games in a row now. It feels like both teams had to really snowball their cores into the game. Otherwise they
rude.
disappear, and a Doom onto Batrider.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yep, there's no way to keep him alive. Cluster clucking for fun.
Might do something, who knows?
A Nimbus
the
in
attempted
case.
Steal.
Yep.
The Nimbus.
He does have Refresher though. Like, they are ready to keep fighting, and AVULUS, they have to run away.
As once more has been found on the Smiling Knight. He's gone. Far too much damage coming out.
Yep.
And again, like, you find him in his illusions, who cares? Like, you got HP, you got Cleave, you got Doom coming through as well. Doom
The
has
thing is though, we have... Oh, sorry, go on.
I was saying, Doom hasn't even needed to go for like the Centaur creep, and he's still rocking the speed aura from the very start of the game. He literally doesn't care.
They are just on kind of cruise control this game.
Yep.
I will say though, like, I feel we need to respect the attempts from both teams in the idea of trying to push the boundaries on what they perceive to be the meta is, right? Even though it's not worked out, we do often criticize teams for not trying to find that next step in how to play the game. They're very, like, most teams are accepting of, this is good, this is bad, let's just try and perfect what we deem good, right? So it's like, I feel like we need to always still tip our hat to the teams that are trying to, you know, do some stuff quirky in the draft. Because often more often than not, we will, you know, sit on the side of, oh god, team's so boring.
Jibe gonna get harpooned to his destruction here, trying to go for the BKB TP out. Not gonna happen though, too much raw damage coming out from this Bloodlusted Magnus. That Panel coming through as well now. And Smiling Knight also in some trouble. Nimbus only gonna strike the once, so maybe Smiling Knight actually lives this one. Yeah, looks like he will.
Can you not make yourself better?
I'm trusting they're still looking. It may just be finding. Oh my god, does he know? Does he know? Well, he does know, but he's gonna actually run into all of the AVULUS heroes. They just turn that around on his face, coming to Smiling Knight's rescue. And now look over towards Hellscream. Hellscream, he doesn't have an ultimate to work with here or anything like that, as somehow Stolzwell gets dragged up to the cliff, but he's got Firefly, so that's gonna be alright. As, they jump in onto Eki here. Saneko also being dead. The support's just a little too aggressive in their positioning. Will both be brought down by the response from Shopify Rebellion.
Now it's just skip as many waves as possible. Do whatever you can to try and prolong this one. Like, even though you get the Doom kills, like the amount of return kills after does not make that feel good at all. 24,000 gold lead at the 30-minute mark. I mean, the Ogre just went Midas Lotus. It's just, and Swanlight's just dead.
Yep. That's not ideal, I would say.
No, not really.
Stay a little...
Oh god, oh no man.
What's up?
If you look at the scoreboard, it does send shivers down your spine.
Go on, Patrick, throw up that scoreboard. What are we looking at here?
You see the hero on the bottom of that leaderboard?
Well, yeah. 1 and 7 Naga Siren. You know...
They're just 1v3ing them.
Actually.
They're very casual.
I feel like there could be a GG coming soon. Like...
Yeah, no, I mean, potentially, yeah. No, it would... I do respect teams that do the whole don't GG into my ancient explodes, you know? Because even if it's a 1% chance, play for the 1%, right? But... Actually, there's no but there. I do agree with that. You know, play to your ancient explodes. The only but I could provide is my carry is a Naga Siren. Who's 1 and 7.
Who's 1 and 7 in a terrible Naga Siren carry game, yeah.
But you never call GG. That is a hill I will happily die on. I mean, you go to the bitter end.
I will say in Smiling Knight's defense, like, you kind of do just go 1 and 7 on Naga Siren games where you're losing this hard, because as I mentioned before, like, you're not actually picking the hero because you want to be like, yeah, illusions are really good and they can help me fight. You pick Naga Siren because you want to flood the map with illusions. You want to shove waves. You want to be annoying in that regard. It's much more about playing the map than it is about playing the team fights, playing the heroes. So you want to play deep. You play deep in a game where you're losing this hard and you're just going to die. So that's kind of how the cookie crumbles in that regard. A very casual barracks being taken here from Shopify Rebellion, by the way. We're barely even talking about it because this game's just sort of over at this point. 31k gold advantage at 13 minutes into the game. It's not looking good. Even Scam has a Midas.
They're relaxing. I feel like Bob was relaxing as well watching this game. Don't know if he's still watching the game. He might just be already, you know, casually walking back to the player room, standing outside waiting for the GG to be called. As we see deaths occurring across the entire map.
Yep, Aventuroso managing to catch out Smiling Knight deep once again, being that ousting hero. Eki's gone for yet another time. They'll keep trying to poke, keep trying to prod. Maybe they'll grab Hellscream here. Looks like they should, so Jibe gets a double kill. It's something. It's not nothing, but it's also not much. What's the choice here then? Oh, yeah, they're going to go for the fish back as well. Looking for the Magnus, though. A lot of damage coming back onto... Oh, the uppy! He needs to get the
Oh,
damage
no,
off though.
the
Eki's
shackle.
going to stop him.
Run.
Grabs him with the shackles, but everybody's so low. The Magnet is coming
Oh.
back. There you go. Easy one from Yopaj. And GG is called. Game number 2. It will not be going the way of AVULUS. It's going to be a 1-1 as Shopify once again turning up at